Magic Beats Drumline from Orlando, Florida. They were accompanied with Swish, the Lakeland Magic mascot, and part of the Magic Hype team. So hang around, they'll be with us through the festivities this morning, get some photo ops with them, and have a great time. Well, welcome to the AdventHealth Fieldhouse. This has been a long time in the making. We are just a little past a year from when we broke ground on this facility, and it is such an honor to welcome you into our first official day here in the facility, and it's so great to see such a wonderful crowd out this morning. My name is T. Michael Stavers. I'm the Assistant City Manager for Winterhaven, and this has been just a wonderful team that put this together, and we're going to introduce you to some of them this morning, particularly those that have been involved in making this vision a reality as far as bringing it out of the ground and helping pay for this and having the vision of what this means to our county. I want to take a quick, brief minute and recognize some of our dignitaries that are here. And as always, I will forget somebody, and I apologize in advance if that should happen. But I want to mention our county commission that is here this morning: Chairman Braswell, Vice Chairman Wilson, Commissioner Santiago, Commissioner Hall. We also have with us Bill Beasley somewhere floating around here. I thought he was going to put on some zebra stripes and officiate a game for us this morning. And Ryan Taylor, our Deputy County Manager. So thank you so much to them for being here. I also want to recognize two members of the former County Commissioner who are down front with us, and that would be former Commissioner Todd Dantzler and former Commissioner, now State Representative Melanie Bell. So thank you both for being with us this morning. In the city of Winterhaven, it's a great privilege and honor to have with us Mayor Brad Dantzler, Vice Mayor, or Mayor Pro Tem Nat Birdsong, Commissioner J.P. Powell, Commissioner Willie Twyford, and Commissioner Pete Chiquetto. We also have with us our City Attorney John Murphy, as well as our amazing City Manager, Mr. Mike Herr. So thank you, gentlemen, for being with us this morning. And these events and these facilities have an impact far beyond our region, and I want to give special recognition to, again, State Representative Melanie Bell for being here representing her district. We also have with us, where's our Winterhaven own State Representative Sam Killebrew, who is floating around out there. Sam said he was going to teach me how to dunk later. We have Chad Davis with us, who is with Senator Stargell's office. We appreciate you being here, Chad. We also have from Congressman Soto's office, Leah West. So thank you so much. And if I failed to mention any of our other elected officials, my sincerest apologies. At this point, I'd like to invite to the podium to lead us in an invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance, our Parks and Recreation and Culture Department Director, Mr. Travis Edwards.
Let us pray. Father God, Lord, I just thank you for this day. Father, what a day it has been, the day it will be, and an impact it will have on our community. God, I thank you for the partnership with Polk County, between the city and even the Lakeland Magic. God, we just thank you for the willingness and the wisdom that you've given to those men and women to make those decisions, to fund this, to use the resources you've provided to build this iconic facility. God, I pray for the families who will come to this facility. God, that will make legacy memories, long, life-lasting memories, God, that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. They will have an impact. God, this facility is built to glorify you through building families and building our time and recreation. God, thank you for the time of the construction workers. We thank you for each and every one of them. God, we thank you for your mercy and grace that no one was injured severely in building this facility. God, help us to always remember to keep you center and to use this facility to build this community that you've created. In the name of our Savior, our Lord, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Travis had mentioned some of the partnerships that are involved in this, and we are grateful to have with us some folks from the Lakeland Magic and the Orlando Magic. You already met the drum line, but we have with us Alex Martins, who is the CEO of the Orlando Magic and the managing partner of the Lakeland Magic. He'll be speaking with us shortly. We also have with us Shelley Wilkes, who is occupied with a small bundle of joy over there. She is the president of the Lakeland Magic and has been a great partner in this. Also, Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. There is so much that happens in this county as a result of the efforts of Mark Jackson, Mark Zimmerman, Neil Duncan. That whole team just do a phenomenal job. And you're going to hear throughout the morning and as you get to experience this facility. Before we even finished putting the building together, we had 40 events booked into this space for the first year alone. That is an economic impact. And we've already done one of them. We had a great tournament here 2 weeks ago. The other partners that I definitely have to recognize, and we're going to hear from them this morning, Tim Hefton, the amazing folks at Strawn Trout. What a beautiful building. What an absolute architectural piece of artwork that you created for Winterhaven. And I see Jason Rada. I just saw him somewhere up in there, but no, there he is. So Jason Rada and the team from Rada and Ryan Whitehead, the folks from Whitehead Construction that put this thing together. What just fantastic folks. So thank you guys all for being here, and we're going to get underway. So first off, I'd like to welcome to the podium our City of Winterhaven Mayor, Mr. Brad Dantzler.
Well, all I can say is wow. And thank you all for coming. This is a wonderful event, and we are so glad to all be here. And thank you all for coming out to celebrate with us and just open this facility and get it going in the right direction. You know, it's hard to believe that it was just about a year ago that we stood here and we broke the ground. And I think you're going to agree that the standards that we set and the expectations that we set at that time have all been met in this facility here. So, and during the groundbreaking ceremony, I talked a lot about the history of this property and my family's involvement and its development into a public recreation space. And I'm so proud to be standing here as the Winterhaven Mayor speaking to you at this event today. And as we've successfully built this new facility and renovated the old facility, it's really come together better than what we had thought. It was 50 years ago in 1970 that the City Commission discussed about building a multi-use facility here. And I talked about that in the groundbreaking, about how they all didn't agree. There was a lot of ways how were they going to fund it. The commissions argued, but they eventually came together and they figured out how they were going to do it. Kind of like what we do today, we eventually figure out a way to get through it and we did get things done. And it was the Clem family that actually donated the land here that all this was built on. So, and everyone involved in those meetings long ago would be very proud to see their vision of this multi-use facility coming to fruition. And my mom is here, and both my brothers, Rick and Todd. Todd was on the county commission when we broke the ground. Rick has been in public service a long time, and my mother and my father was very instrumental in developing this property back when the Red Sox were here. So I know my dad would be proud. And as I sit back and think about this thing, I think it was 4 years ago that I was over in Starbucks with Mark Jackson, and we were talking about what are we going to do over here. And here we are, and now we've got this incredible facility. And I watched T. Michael, he had cameras set up down there as this thing was being built. He kept a camera on this construction, and you could walk in his office and see real-time video of this place being built. And it was just that kind of an effort on and on. And our city manager, Mike Kerr, always figured out a way to get to yes when we had everything that was seeming that things that were going. I was panicking. Are we going to make it in time? We're going to make it in time. He just kept saying, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. He just kept figuring out how to get to yes. So anyway, thank you for being here. We are just so proud to be here. And I want to thank again the Board of County Commissioners for their contribution to this. I want to thank our Tourist Development Council for what they've done. I want to thank the Lakeland Magic, of course, and of course I want to thank AdventHealth. These are just some of the partners, and you can't do something like this without partnerships. And so all these partners and all you guys here, I thank you for being here and making us all Winterhaven proud. And enjoy the day. We have lots of food left, so please, when this is over, this is going to be an hour, so when this is over, please go over and enjoy some of the refreshments. And thank you again for coming today.
This time I'd like to welcome to the podium Polk County Board of County Commission Chairman, Mr. Bill Braswell.
When you said Killebrew was going to do some dunking, I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to see that earlier. He was dunking right over here. He's putting his donut right in the coffee. It was something to see. Thank you, Mayor Dantzler. I'm honored to share the stage this morning with so many public servants focused on the common good. Much like the Popes, the Dantzlers have truly dedicated themselves to Winterhaven. Thank you for your service. It's nearly 80 years ago, in fact, that Dick Pope came to town and Cypress Gardens was born. Mr. Pope, along with Red Sox owner Tom Yawkey and Winterhaven Mayor Dick Dantzler, opened these fields over here behind us in 1966. For 26 years, the people of New England knew that Winterhaven was the winter home of their beloved Red Sox. When the Chain of Lakes Park opened, no one had any idea that visiting fans would fall in love with our inland coast and retire here. Similarly, the impact of the AdventHealth Fieldhouse and Conference Center, like a stone tossed in a quiet lake, will reverberate far beyond the borders of Polk County and Winterhaven. The Fieldhouse, along with the city's other amenities, are part of what makes Winterhaven a world-class destination, a true global tourism and sports business cluster. With more than 40 weekends spanning events already booked, this complex, as well as the city itself, bolsters the area's reputation. Just like Cypress Gardens and spring training before it, and Legoland today, it'll draw families from the state and far beyond there. Once here, athletes or conference growers and their families will experience all the city has to offer. For those who compete here, this is more than a field house of dreams. This will be a field house of memories. As we know, athletics serve as training ground for life. The lessons learned on these courts will echo far beyond Winterhaven. Many of the young men and women who compete here will go on to become leaders in business, or if they like contact sports, politics. Welcome everyone to the newest Central Florida asset, the AdventHealth Fieldhouse and Conference Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Braswell. Chairman Braswell mentioned two names that are kind of synonymous with Winterhaven, that being the Popes and the Dantzlers. Another name that I don't think you cannot call to memory when you think of Winterhaven is the Birdsongs, and I'd like to welcome to the stage at this point our Mayor Pro Tem, Nathaniel Birdsong.
Good morning. I am so excited to be here. This is a great day in the city of Winterhaven. Winterhaven serves as a historic icon for Central Florida. The railroad came through this area bringing new residents and investors in the early 1900s. Our more than 50 lakes, many of which create the unique chain of lakes as a natural resource icon that brought agriculture and early tourism. Winterhaven is home to the very first public supermarket. And let's not forget, Florida's first theme park, as has been mentioned, Cypress Gardens, which is now home of the iconic Legoland, Florida. This area has so much history, and we appreciate and embrace all the attributes that created what we are today. This corner of Cypress Gardens Boulevard and US 27 has served, US 17, excuse me, has served as the southern gateway into the Winterhaven community and is a local icon of its own. What sits on this property sets the tone for what travelers can expect when they come to our city. This space represents the Winterhaven lifestyle, which includes leisure activity, recreation, athletics, culture, and entertainment. With the significant renovations in addition to the Fieldhouse, this facility on the Chain of Lakes Park property has been reimagined into an iconic facility, not only for today's residents and visitors, but also for future citizens of the city of Winterhaven. The AdventHealth Fieldhouse offers our community and visitors expanded options for endless opportunities. And today, we open our doors and invite you to explore this new and improved location, built to accommodate the needs of our community for an enriched lifestyle. This project represents an important investment in the residents of Winterhaven and the future of our city. It is my pleasure to participate in this celebration to open another iconic Winterhaven attribute that will impact our community for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like now to invite to the podium one of our newer commissioners to the County Commission and the Tourist Development Council Chair, Commissioner Martha Santiago.
Good morning. What a great crowd for this morning's event. I'm so excited to be here and to be in this facility. The opening at the Advent Fieldhouse Conference Center opens new doors for Winterhaven and for Polk County when it comes to the business of recreational and youth sports, which is already a $2.4 billion economic engine for us and accounts for more than 21,000 jobs. What many here might not realize is that without this Fieldhouse, the county has had a challenging time bringing large-scale indoor sports events. This Fieldhouse will allow the folks at Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing, as well as the city of Winterhaven, to recruit large events such as basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, cheer, and yes, even pickleball. Larger events mean more teams and more economic impact. In fact, before these stores opened, and as T. Michael had already said, tourism and sports marketing staff already booked more than 40 events for 2020, with a projected impact of more than $22 million into the local economy, thanks to the area's accommodations, dining venues, and entertainment options. Think of it as this way: sports tourism imports funds that could be dispersed in other cities and county here, to this city and to this county. And this new money will turn more jobs into more jobs and will continue to grow our economy. Tourism remains one of Polk County's most powerful economic engines, and as this Fieldhouse proves, a dynamic driver of development. As the chair of the Tourism Development Council, I thank the city of Winterhaven, as well as the folks at Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing for all their hard work and dedication to make this day happen. Thank you, and let's enjoy this event.
We've mentioned the TDC and Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing several times, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this facility and this investment isn't just about sports. This space is also great for conventions and exhibitions and trade shows and the like, but the project overall also brought a renewed breath of fresh air into our cultural arts in Winterhaven. We have with us today from the Ridge Art Association, Christy Hemingway, and also from Theater Winterhaven, Dan Chesnicka, and several members of his team. They get a whole new entryway into their space to better accommodate our guests, and they have some of the most outstanding programs in visual arts and performing arts in the state of Florida. So it's truly a blessing to be able to do more than just sports in here, but to really accommodate those types of programs as well. And I know that Dan is working closely with the theater production councils around the state and around the country to bring more of those type large-scale events to Winterhaven that brings a whole nother dynamic of tourism to Winterhaven. So to the TDC and to the sports marketing and the Visit Central Florida folks, thank you for your continued investment, not only in sports, but in all of the things that draw people to Winterhaven.
His hands are in his pockets. He's like, oh, yes.
We've mentioned the word iconic, I don't know, enough times this morning that if Todd Dancer was giving me $1 for every time we said it, I'd probably be able to buy him lunch. That word was pinned to this project sometime around June 2017 when Mike Hurd joined our city team, and he delivered. So Mike, this is the iconic project that we had hoped for, and I'd like to invite you to the podium at this point to offer a few comments this morning.
Thank you, T. I can't use the word iconic this morning because then I'd be contributing another $1 to Todd Dancer, and I don't want to do that. So, and I can't come up with anything better than iconic. So let's just say it's iconic. I'd like to talk a little bit about why this project ended up being what it is. You know, first of all, it starts out. Every great project's got to have a group of champions. And our group of champions became the City Commission. It was their vision, really, that led us to building and designing this facility for our community. And then, of course, the funding partners with the Tourist Development Council. And if anybody doesn't think that the Tourist Development Council isn't significant, take a drive around this county and take a look at Bach Tower. Take a look at this facility right here today. Take a look at over in Auburndale. I've known the name of that for about 50 years now, and I can't remember. Lake Myrtle Complex, that's right. The house that Jack built, let's put it that way, Jack Myers. You go over to the Lakeland Center. It's RP Funding Center. You go to Tigertown and take a look at all the facilities around this county. And I know that I probably missed a few, but that's the power of what this Tourist Development Council and the tourist tax can do for a community. Creating facilities, creating jobs. And I think Martha, County Commissioner Santiago said it best. But it takes a group of visionaries, starting with the City Commission. The Tourist Development Council ranked this project high. And then taking the project to the County Commission and being the funding partner as well. And we thank the County Commission for doing that. It takes a county manager at the time, that was Jim Freeman. Jim Freeman is a citizen in our county. We pledged to never turn his water off. We will always pick his garbage up. But Jim was a real champion for this project as well, because he believed that it was important to work with cities. There are 17 cities in this county, which including our city, and the cities make a big difference here in representing people. And this facility, is a good example because it's for all of the community here in Winterhaven. It's for every child, every parent, every young person to enjoy, and they will. I'm originally from Southern Indiana. I'm sorry that Tennessee beat Indiana in football the other night, 23-22. But Indiana didn't do too bad this year. But in Southern Indiana, let me tell you something. The only thing there is to do is play basketball. And there's not a kid in Southern Indiana that wouldn't kill for a court like this. And this is a beautiful court. To make for a successful project, you've got to have a person on board that gives the project the tender loving care, that's down here, that's the coach every day, making sure that the details are covered. Working with the architect, working with the general contractor. And that's why one of the reasons this project was such a success was because of our assistant city manager, Michael Stavraz. He doesn't know. he doesn't know this yet, but we've come up with a city manager award, and only the city manager gets to make this decision. And it's the project leader of the year. And so T is going to be designated and awarded that as project leader of the year. So he deserves it. We're going to have a little celebration, not today, but in a week or so, a couple of weeks, where we'll get to acknowledge T. Michael again for his work. The other reason this project turned out right is because we had some private sector partners that did an excellent job, outstanding. And one of the things that when we talked to, I think we talked to all the architectural teams that came in and responded to the RFP. We had a meeting and we sent them our message, and we did say this is going to be a grand entry into our city, and we want this to be an iconic facility. And we want people to be proud of this facility. When they come over that overpass bridge on US 17 headed toward Cypress Gardens Boulevard, we want this building to capture their attention, because we want them to come back. If you've never been here, we want you to come back. That's how important this facility is to our city. And our architectural team, led by Tim Strong Trout, delivered. They delivered. Let's give them a hand. Ryan Whitehead and Sons, I know they're here. Raise your hands. Where are you?
Over here.
Oh, there. Okay. Ryan Whitehead and Sons and Jason Rada Construction. I know they were here earlier. They may still be here. It takes private sector partners that know how to build a facility, that know how to understand the schedule, that can manage a budget, that have the skill and the trades, that can bring the subs to the table to be able to get something like this accomplished. This isn't easy, and they did it. Local contractors, local jobs, making a difference. So the other person I think that's really important about this is Cal Bowen. One of the strengths of Cal Bowen, there's a white-haired gentleman over here, but that is Judge Davis, and I know that is not Cal. And my eyesight's getting better because I can see that far. Cal Bowen is a unique individual from the standpoint that, well, he's Cal Bowen. But there aren't many finance directors that stick around for 36 years or 40 years in the same city. And that's not an easy job, because look how many city managers you work with. I want this done. Find a way to do it. Get the money. I mean, that's pretty much the way it is. He works with different city commissions all these years. One of the organizational values that we think is really important in our city is integrity. Cal Bowen has integrity, and he also has the ability to be able to work with the financial institutions like Center State, who provided us the lending assistance to be able to finance this project. He got that done, and Center State got that done, and then we brought the financial plan to the City Commission, and they approved it 5-0 in August of 2017. We don't get credit around here too much for 5-0 votes, but by God, that was a 5-0 vote. So, it's a pleasure to be here. This is the best city in Polk County, and I've worn out my welcome, and so it's time for the next person to come up and say a few good things. Thank you. Have a great day.
So Mike had mentioned, and others have as well, Tim Heft, who is our architect for this project. This thing is, I think it is just the most exceptional project that we could ever hope for, and how it turned out. And it's so different from what maybe we originally envisioned. But I'd like to invite Tim up to say a few words on behalf of Strong Trout Architects. Tim's kind of a local homegrown guy, grew up here in Winterhaven, swam at this pool, and we're grateful for him to be with us today. Tim?
city commissioners, county commissioners. Wow, this is the epitome of partnership. And we are just so thankful to have been a partner and to be part of the team. And I really can't articulate it any better than it already has been said this morning about how many people were involved in bringing this to fruition. And so I can't thank T. Michael enough again for being the all-star and leading the charge from the team. City staff's been amazing. I mean, the city of Winterhaven is exactly the type of clients and people we want to work with. People that care every day about what's going on and how do we make it better. So thank you so much for that. I also want to thank the people from our office. I know Jerry Trout is here, Susan Waddell, our interior designer, who led all of the beautiful colors and schemes that you'll see around here. She's a Winterhaven resident, longtime Winterhaven resident, so she was certainly a labor of love for her. And then some other design team members that worked with us, TLC Engineering. They're the ones that worked on electrical, mechanical, plumbing design, technology, things like that, structural engineering. We also had wood engineers who did the civil design, the geotechnical design. Dave Carter and Larry Madrid were also involved in the project and contributed. So when we talk about a community center and a group of people that kind of all worked collaboratively to create this iconic facility, it really came together, and it was by a lot of work from a lot of people. So we're so thankful to be a part of it. We're so thankful for the opportunity to articulate the vision that many of you had, and that was our role, was to help kind of pull all those things together. And we're just so excited that now the community can come and enjoy it, and it's here. And so, great plans are great. Plans are great, but you have to build those things, right? And it doesn't always happen the way you draw it, and we'll be the first ones to admit that. And so, if it wasn't for Jason Arata and his team and Ryan Whitehead and his team, we wouldn't be in this building today. And they worked very hard to do it right and do it fast and meet the deadline and the schedule. And so it's my pleasure. I'll invite Jason up to say a few words. Thank you.
Wow, there's a lot more people here than it seemed like when I was sitting in the crowd. So this is awesome to see. Again, just the partnerships that were forged and the friendships that were forged throughout the course of this project. I remember after several of the commission meetings when I sat in there, and I think every single one of the guys sitting in front of me pulled me aside and said, are we going to be able to do this? Or are we really going to be able to make this happen? Are we really going to be able to get it done on time and get it done on budget? And every time I looked you in the eyes and said, we're going to all be able to do it. It's not just going to be us. It's going to be everybody in this room making it happen. And we did. It was exciting. T, thank you so much. Getting to know you throughout this project, and what an awesome job you did leading it. Really can't be understated. It's awesome to call you a friend. To Ryan and the Whitehead team also, it's just amazing all the different partnerships that we've been able to come up with. On this building, the roofer, the guys doing the drywall and metal studs, the electrician, the painter are all Winterhaven-based subcontractors. And there's countless other Polk County-based subcontractor. And as a lifelong Polk County resident, it's awesome to see that. It's amazing that this project team not only had a vision of building this facility, but saying we want it to be designed and built by Polk County people, by local people. We know that they have the ability to be able to do it, and this is the result of it. So it's really cool to be able to be a part of this team and help open this facility. So thank you all for being here, and play ball.
It is awesome when you get to use local folks to do local projects. And one of the things that we said that's so nice about that is that when you have projects that are built by people that aren't necessarily from your area, when it's all said and done, they're gone. And you don't know if they have the pride in that facility that maybe your local folks do. And one of the things that we tease Tim and Jason and definitely Ryan a lot about is that once this is built, they have to drive by it almost every day. I know Ryan does anyways. And you're not going to build something that you're not going to want to drive by. So there was one other person from the RADA team that I wanted to mention, and I don't know if he's here or not. Jason, is Gordon Moore here? Somewhere hiding somewhere? He's in a tree stand. So Gordon Moore has been the superintendent on this project, and I've done countless projects in this field, and I've never had a superintendent as phenomenal as Gordon Moore. Just an awesome guy. So thank you. Our last speaker this morning, we mentioned partnerships. AdventHealth is certainly a great partner that's come on board in the last maybe 4 or 5 weeks, is our naming sponsor. And we are grateful to now call this the AdventHealth, the AdventHealth Fieldhouse at Champ Lakes Park. We are also so grateful for the partnership that we've been able to develop with the help of our folks in Polk County with the Lakeland Magic. And this is the official training home for the Lakeland Magic. They'll still play their games at the RP Funding Center over in Lakeland, and but they will practice and do their training and their office stuff here in this facility. And we are very fortunate. They are unfortunately on the road this morning, competing somewhere. I'm not real sure where they are today, but hopefully they're getting ready for another win. But we have with us Alex Martins, who is the managing partner of the Lakeland Magic. He's also the CEO of the Orlando Magic. So Alex, please come forward and offer a few comments for us.
Thank you, T. Michael. Good morning, everyone. I am proud to be here to represent the hardworking staff of the Lakeland Magic and all of our staff back in Orlando that operate the Orlando Magic. To be here to thank the communities and the leadership of Polk County and Winterhaven and Lakeland for welcoming our G League team into this community for the last 3 years. Today's another great day in our partnership with Polk County and the city of Winterhaven as we dedicate the Advent Fieldhouse and what will become the new practice facility for the Lakeland Magic. We've been able to achieve our goals on the court with the Lakeland Magic and ultimately the Orlando Magic by developing players close to home here in Polk County and making it to the playoffs in our first 2 seasons, but having a dedicated home for our basketball operation and a practice facility for our team, our staff, and our players will help us even be more productive. We also are proud today to christen this facility and to broaden our 30-year plus partnership with AdventHealth. The goal for the Magic and AdventHealth is to help high-level NBA athletes, youth sports players, and even weekend warrior types become healthier and more well-rounded and efficient performers. And the AdventHealth Fieldhouse will be the place for them to achieve that commitment. We've seen the commitment that AdventHealth has to the whole person care, and we know that the Polk County community will be beneficiaries of AdventHealth growing into this area. Thank you to the city of Winterhaven and to Polk County for your vision to bring this facility here to benefit all the citizens of these communities, and we're happy to be a small part of the memory that will take place here at the Advent Fieldhouse. And finally, I can't walk away without reminding everyone to come out next weekend to our Lakeland Magic games on Friday and Saturday. We will be playing both on Friday and Saturday night against the Westchester Knicks at 7 p.m. at the RP Funding Center. Thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Alex. So I'll give you a little rundown of how this is going to work. We're going to move a few things off of this floor right quick. I'm going to grab this microphone so I can still talk while I think they're wanting to do some of that. We are going to do kind of a non-traditional ribbon cutting today with a bit of a tip-off. I'm going to ask my elected officials that are down front here, members of the architectural and construction teams, if you would come join me down here on the floor. Representative Killebrew, we'd like to have you out here as well, please. If we could get all those folks to come out to the floor. While we're setting this up, we want to let you know that once we're done with this, we have staff stationed throughout the facility who are going to give tours throughout the morning, and there'll be some activities here in the gymnasium itself, so you can participate in those. Lots of giveaways. Enjoy the day, and bear with us as we get this ball tipped off.
He has done that since Elby's wedding.